Hey Dylan, my camera's not working.
It looks broken.
Yeah, it might be.
It does look broken. While Angie's trying to fix her camera, I started putting stuff in the chat for you guys. So if this is the first time you're on Zoom, I put our Herd of Profits Facebook group, and there's more information in there with our Zoom links that we do Tuesdays and Fridays. We have our lead forms in there, our buy box forms in there. Then also all of these recordings will be on Angie's YouTube channel. So obviously if you guys can't get into Zoom now, it's always live streamed on Angie's YouTube channel. You can always go back and watch the recording. And also for you guys, so you guys are aware, you guys are a part of the Elephant Challenge already, but there is another Elephant Challenge Zoom challenge starting on the 13th. It's going to be the 13th, 14th, and 15th from 2 to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So excited for that.
Okay, Dylan, are we ready?
Start your engines.
There's a better way
We're
to
ready.
make money as a health expert than trading your time.
All right. Some of us are not muted. There we go. Sweet. All right, guys. Super stoked to have you. Thank you guys so much for showing up. Welcome to the Herd of Profits Zoom. We are leaders in the Elephant Challenge. We're leaders in the sub 2 community. We are mastermind students. We do deals, man. We got probably 10 properties under contract right now. Just had a closing today. Had 2 closings last week. So a lot of good stuff happening. If you guys are excited to learn about creative finance or just real estate investing in general, then we think you are in the right space. So super stoked to have you guys. The Elephant Challenge, Pace named it so brilliantly. So if you're confused why there's these avatars, Pace talks about elephants and gators and all this stuff. So the Elephant Challenge was named very brilliantly. Real estate is this big thing, right? There's so many different niches. You could be a land flipper, a developer, a wholesaler, a rehabber. You could be a buy and hold person. You could be a real estate agent, right? So there's so many avenues in real estate, and the only way to get started is the same way you eat an elephant. It's just one bite at a time. So hopefully we can break this whole real estate stuff into just small chunks that you guys can digest easily. So we focus primarily on creative finance wholesaling. We're in the process of scaling our wholesaling operation to do $1 million a month in revenue. We got a little bit of a ways to go. That's our 3-year goal. So whether you guys are interested in wholesaling or just being a landlord or buying creative finance deals, again, you're in the right place. So if this is your first time in a herd of profits, that's our group. If you've never been in a Zoom where you've seen my face or Angie or Rachel, if you guys could type 1 in the chat, we just like to see who our newcomers are so we can welcome you to the group and give you guys some resources. Sweet. So we got Louisa, Kevin, Hanoi, Cindy, Queon. I messed that up. I know I did. Maricela Cooper. I like that name. Dennis 1.1 came on Friday. Shout out. Thanks for coming back, Dennis. Good to have you back. And then my OGs. So for those of you guys that are new, I'm going to ask my OGs, my people that have been in here multiple times, to drop a 2 in the group, in the chat. So any of you guys that are new, these people that are about to put 2 in the chat, these are some of the leaders in our community that you can reach out to if you ever need help or not sure what to do. Pansy, Stevie, Veronica, definitely some of the people that have been in the Zoom so many times. Mary, absolutely. Kirk. So if you guys need help and you're not getting an immediate response from us, these are some of the other folks that you guys are welcome to reach out to. People like Kirk and Veronica have their phone numbers in the chat. So we always encourage you to make friends in the comments and in the chat. Figure out, you're more than welcome to type in, what your name is, what your phone number is, what your email, your avatar, where you live, what you're looking to do, what you need help on, so other people in the chat can give you some assistance or guidance in what you're looking to do. So let's go ahead and get started. Today is just our general Q&A day, so we don't have a topic planned. We let people just raise their hand or post in the comments any questions they're looking on, guidance they're seeking, whether it's, underwriting on a deal they're looking at, or what market to pick, or what is creative finance. Any question you guys have, feel free to please raise your hand. We tend to prioritize people that have their cameras on and their hand raised. So how to turn your raise your hand is you go to the reactions button in the bottom of the chat, and there's a button that says raise hand. You can see me right here. I raise my hand. If you post it in the comments, we'll still get to it. But if there's a ton of people with their hand raised, we might miss your question. So please raise your hand. We will get to questions in just a second. We actually have if you guys are local to Colorado, we have a sub-2 meetup happening. And I think the best person to tell you all about that would be Rachel, because I don't know the details too much.
Okay, so all the details are not officially finalized, but yes, the sub-2 Colorado meetup of the year will be September on Sunday at Red Rocks Amphitheater from 9:30 to 11:30, and then we'll go out to eat lunch even more and hang out network if you guys are free and available. So Pace wanted us to start doing unique locations, and I thought what better spot to do it than Red Rocks in Colorado. So we're going to do that. And then if you guys have any questions, I put my email and my phone number in the chat. You can reach out to me, and I will make an Eventbrite link so you guys can register for that. So I'll post all on our Facebook pages, even our Herder Profits Facebook page. And then Dylan, if you want to talk about the next elephant challenge, unless you want me to, it's fine.
Yeah, I don't know when that's
okay. So the next elephant challenge, Angie put in the chat. That's the link to join. And the next elephant challenge is the 13th, 14th, and 15th from 2 to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And just to elaborate on that, you guys are welcome to join. We encourage you guys to all join the elephant challenge. Angie and I and Dylan, if he's not on calls, will be in there representing the Herder Profits team. And what Pace does is every few months or whatever, he has these challenges, and just to help get more people involved. You guys are already involved, taking the next step by joining a team. So he's probably going to talk about, okay, join a team. And you're already a part of our team. And thank you for being with us, but you will also be learning from the Elephant Challenge, whatever Pace is teaching. The topic, I don't know that, but I'm pretty sure it's going back to basics and going over agent outreach. And if that's something that you guys want to learn, this is a great Zoom that we do, because we're all about our focus is on agent outreach. And Dylan, if you want to elaborate on that, that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. If you could post the dates in the chat
Yeah.
and then pin them, I don't know how you pin, but you should be able to.
I don't know if you
Maybe
can
Angie can do it. I
pin.
know you can pin. But just the dates for the sub 2 meetup and the elephant challenge that Pace is hosting. So let me touch a little bit more on agent outreach after I do my normal intro. So let me make sure I got my stuff pulled up first before I share screen. Nope, that's the wrong one. Heart of Profits. Boop. YouTube.com. Okay, sweet. So we have our very own Facebook group. So if you guys are new to our community and you're not already a part of our Facebook group, we encourage you to join it. We just passed 1,500 members and are still growing. So if you guys are interested in buying creative finance deals, we do post our deals in here. We have one available right now in Pueblo, Colorado, Land O'Lakes, Florida, and Tyler, Texas. So you guys will scroll down, you can find those deals. We also have a lot of sub 2 members in here as well too. So my guy Jordan right here is a leader in the sub 2 community. Robin Eschler is in sub 2. We have Pam in here, Ray. So a lot of other sub 2 students are a part of our community as well. So if your questions don't get answered by us, there's other leaders in the sub 2 community that are a part of our group. And then come over to our files tab. This is where I think we stand apart from a lot of the other groups, even though a lot of the other groups are great, but we have some really good resources at your guys' fingertips. So this is a purchase and sale agreement contract. This is a wholesale friendly real estate contract that you can use in any state, doesn't matter the state, to wholesale or buy deals. It is only a cash contract. It's not geared towards seller finance or subject to. We can't unfortunately share those contracts, but we can share this one. This is a $3,000 value that you guys can have totally for free. You just have to join the Facebook group to get it. We have frequently asked questions about seller finance, selling on terms, subject to. We have a seller net sheet. This is a side-by-side comparison of selling on market versus selling your home subject to. And if you guys missed last Friday's Zoom, we filled this out. We made live calls. There was 2 live calls that we made to agents. We got the motivation from the seller, and then we sent offers live using this seller net sheet. So definitely check out our last week's Zoom. We have a script for calling agents. We have a foreclosure process, an underwriting calculator. That's the deal or no deal, an estimating repair cost PDF. And then we also have these LOIs. That stands for letter of intent. These are how we send up to 30 offers a day. We don't send full purchase and sale agreement contracts. We send LOIs, and they're 2-page documents that spell out cash, seller finance, subject to, or a hybrid deal mix between the two. And those are also your guys to have totally free. So definitely join the Facebook group. We'd love to have you. We got some more members. You guys are welcome in. So yeah, please join the Facebook group. But wait, there's more. That's funny, Pansy. And then our YouTube channel. So like I just said, if you guys missed last Friday's Zoom, if you come over, so let me drop the link for this actually. If you guys can, please come subscribe to Angie's YouTube channel. There's a couple of links in the chat. So if you come over to this live, this one we streamed 4 days ago. Like I said, we talked to 2 agents live where we pitched subject to, handled objections, and then we underwrote and sent offers to those sellers, all in this one Zoom. We filled out a letter of intent and a seller net sheet. So I highly recommend. This was a really good Zoom that we did. And then you can see we're live, 5 people on YouTube. What's up, YouTube? So those are just some resources for you guys to check out. We've done tons of Zooms. We've been doing the Elephant Challenge for over a year. And I would say we've really dialed it in a ton over the past 6 months. And we constantly change what we do. Fridays, we tend to just get a list and call it live. We let you guys get access to that list and call it, or you can listen to other people call it and try to get a deal under contract. So And then as far as direct to agent, so maybe we can keep our questions. I mean, we're okay with whatever questions you guys have, but if you have any questions about direct to agent, that is our strong suit. Probably 80% of the deals that we get under contract and wholesale are on market. They're direct to agent, where we're not really dealing with the seller. We are only talking to the agent. We offer to pay their commission. They're subject to deals, low equity, and we're really good at that. So if you guys have any questions, now's the time. Feel free to raise your hand or post it in the chat. So Cooper says, can you go through the underwriting on a textbook deal? Like textbook meaning an average deal, just kind of like a generic deal that we do. Is that what you mean, Coop? Yes. Sure, I could do that. Actually, let me show you guys a deal we have available right now here in Pueblo, Colorado. So let me go here. Let me think of the best place. So the creative real estate page with Pace Morby. This is where we also post a lot of our deals. So we have one, like I said, in Tyler, Texas. This is the one in Pueblo. We just sold this one in Killeen, just sold this one in Texas. This one's available in Florida, Texas, Colorado sold. All of these are sold. So we only have a few available right now. So yeah, let me show you guys our Pueblo deal. So this is my marketing on it. This is how we dispo it, but how we lock it up is a little bit different. Obviously, we add our fee on top. But this is a 4-bed, 2-bath home, 2,096 square feet, built in 1959, fully remodeled in 2020. So it's in great shape, beautiful kitchen, bathrooms, finished basement. Everything is updated and nice and neat with this home. So there's our close date's October 2nd. There's no HOA in this community and there's no solar on the home. So our purchase price. So if you guys look at this home, let me pull it up on Zillow. Still shows for sale, but it is pending. It should be pending. So here's the home, right? I'll scroll through these quickly. You guys can see great condition, pretty good location. Landscaping looks like this all over southern Colorado. There's just dead grass everywhere you look. So that's pretty normal, but they were listed at 350, right? So if I throw this into PropStream, I'll show you guys how we identified this property and why we were able to lock this up. So they're listed at 350.
Dylan, did you say the Tyler, Texas deal was sold or no?
No, that one's still available.
Okay, we have maybe a possible buyer on YouTube.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, Tyler, Texas is still available. I think I did find a buyer. I had a guy send me a text and said he'll take this one today. I left him a message waiting for him to call me back. So this one might not be available after tomorrow. So we'll see. But here's how we identify this property, right? Like we look for low equity. So they're listed at 350. They owe 331, right? So literally less than $20,000 of a difference. And they have a VA loan. It's actually at 3.6%. It's not 2.9. PropStream tends to be a little bit off. So we came in, we actually offered the seller a very good offer. We offered them $16,000 to take over their existing mortgage. And we also offered to pay the listing agent a 2% commission, I think, or maybe it's 2.5. I think it's 2.5. So not only is the agent making probably more or just as much as if they were to sell it at their asking price, the seller's definitely walking away with a lot more money in his pocket. And then we're getting into a deal for less than $25,000. And we're taking over a 3.6% rate. And our total monthly payment on this home is $1,800 per month. So, I mean, that's just like an inside view into our underwriting. I tend to, when I send offers, I'm only offering about 5% down because they have low equity, right? So I don't even know if that is, that would be around 5%. So they owe $331,000. 5% of that is $16,550. That's my exact down payment. So I offered 5% down to the seller, and that's pretty standard for all of our deals. We offer 5% and then just take over their payment if it's low equity, and then offer to pay the agent 2%. And then if that deal works for them, we now have, right? So we're in at 5% to the seller, 2% to the agent. So we're all in at 7%. We can easily add 3% to our assignment fee, right? So we're going to be at 350,000 times 3%. That's 10,500. On this one, we're asking a little bit more. We're asking for 15,000, I believe, for our assignment fee. So that's our deal. Now this property won't cash flow from a long-term rental if you just put it on the market rent. If you look at rents in the area, actually the easier thing would probably just to throw it on Rent-A-Meter. So a 4-bed, 2-bath in this area, like I said, our payment is $1,800. Let's see. So average rent's around 1,800. So it doesn't cash flow. It does break even, which if you're a buyer looking to get depreciation on a property, this would be a really good one, actually. So it doesn't cash flow from a long-term rental perspective, but if you rented it out by room, we did check, you could probably get $700 a month per room. So that would be $2,800, even if you got only 6, 12, 18, $2,400 a month. If you rented each room out individually, then it cash flows. It cash flows a little under $600 a month. So it's still a pretty good deal from a rent by room basis. But typically, a lot of our buyers, their favorite exit strategies are wraps, which I can get into more. Where do you look for rent by the room? I go to roomies.com. So roomies.com. And then I just type in this zip code is 81205. Hopefully nothing found. Pueblo, Colorado, and then I can hit rooms, and you're going to see a whole array: 450, 750, 650, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8. Right. So I think on average, $600 to $550 is probably what you can get for an unfurnished room. All of that good stuff. So that's just my educated opinion. Obviously, we rely on our buyers to do their own due diligence, but that's just like a brief look into the underwriting on these properties. I could definitely go into a lot more detail, but you got to pay. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, good question though, Coop. Hopefully that helps at least some of your questions. I think I would lose people if I went into too-depth underwriting in regards to wraps and all that good stuff. And I just want to see if anyone else has any other questions. So I'm gonna wait. No, we're all real estate experts. Let's go. I love it. Sweet. All right. Well,
I missed the question. Did anybody have questions? Is that what it was?
Yeah. I'm waiting to see who's got questions.
Sorry, I don't have.
No, you're good, Pansy. No worries.
Tim did. Tim wanted to know, where did you find the rent?
Oh, yeah, I said just on roomies.com. Okay, so Hanoi says, I'm new, so what can I do to be a part of the team? Hanoi, so 8-week program, right? It's only 8 weeks, $8,000 a week every week. That's all it takes, and you can cut the check to me personally. And you'll get one-on-one training sessions. I'll give you my full day if you want. No, just kidding. Join the Facebook group, Hanoi, totally free. We dropped the link to that. I'll do it one more time for you. Drop. Join the Facebook group, totally free. It's called Herd of Profits. If you're brand new and you're not too sure about like what market to do, all that good, you did join the group, great. I would say, spend a month learning as much as you can about creative finance and real estate. Obviously educate yourself. Enrique, I do not take Bitcoin. Nope, cash money only. But yeah, like obviously educate yourself, right? But then there comes to a point where you don't want to just learn, right? You got to start taking action. So the Elephant Challenge is the perfect place for you to be, Hanoi. I would say join the Elephant Challenge that Pace will be hosting here soon. And we're going to go back to the basics on getting in touch with realtors, and how to find deals that way. So, Mary, you have a question?
Yeah. Hey, Dylan, how are you?
Good. My voice hurts, but I'm good.
I just wanted to double check. So, when you were talking about, you did that quick underwrite example. Do you usually, is your average 10% in if you want to wholesale it? Does that make sense? Like 5% down to the seller,
How you doing?
and then an average of 2%
Good.
to the agent. And then I know closing costs you don't include in that number. Is that correct?
Correct. Yep. Closing costs are just separate because that's just the cost to do business in general. So that's how I see it. When someone's selling a property in cash, they don't include the closing costs, so I'm not going to either.
Okay. And then is the other 3% like taxes or interest or anything like that?
Nope. That's your room to add your assignment fee.
The 3% is okay.
Yeah. Now, if let's say the deal makes $1,000 a month and your cash on cash return is 50%, you can go well above that 10%. That's just a guideline to start with.
Okay.
Or if there's a ton of equity built into it, so you're like their loan balance is really cheap, then you can get more for your assignment fee. Or if their interest rate is like in the 2s, you can typically get more than 10% as well.
Okay. Perfect. I just wanted to review that. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Is it Keon? How do I say it? It's gonna bug me if I don't get it. Keon? Kaon. Like that? Kayon? Okay. Good. Okay. Hopefully I don't mess it up anymore. What is the best way to find deals, buy and hold to cash flow? Rhyme with crayon. Okay. Kaon. Okay. For us right now, to be honest, we are looking at Section 8. So Section 8 deals in the Midwest and Southeast parts of the country. If you're in a market like we're in Denver, Colorado, it's extremely, extremely tough to find deals that cash flow. Like I just showed you, even if you have a great interest rate on a 4-bed, 2-bath home on only a $330,000 note, a $330,000 property, it still doesn't cash flow. How would I be able to manage property management? There's a book written by one of the Bigger Pockets guys that I really recommend. It's How to Invest in Real Estate out of a different state. I forget what the actual book is called. It's Out of State Landlording, something like that. But you would just hire professional property management companies. But I prefer, if I'm looking for cash flow from a long-term rental perspective, I'm targeting areas and states and markets with an average purchase price under $250,000, ideally under $200,000. So Section 8 tends to be a great market for that. If you can pick properties up 4 beds, 3 beds under $150,000, you can make some pretty good returns on Section 8 cash flowing. We bought a property in Cleveland, Ohio it was a creative deal. Our overall purchase price was $68,000. And then we took over his conventional loan at 4.5%. Our monthly payment is $400 a month. And it's a 4-bedroom, 1-bath house that cash flows $1,300 a month. I mean, the rent is $1,300 a month. So Section 8, I think, is the best strategy for cash flowing from a long-term rental. So that's my opinion. Obviously, you can cash flow, depends on your exit strategies, depends on how savvy you are, but I look into Section 8 and cheaper, more affordable markets. That's my best tip there. Yeah. If you're in New York, right, you probably know that you're not going to be able to cash flow much in New York. Yeah, let me find it. What's his name? David Green, I think. David Green out I think it's virtual real estate. Let me see. Building wealth through real estate. No, that's not it. Long distance real estate investing by David Green. That's the name of the book. Long distance real estate investing. Walter, you're in Canada? Yeah, so very, very long distance. Still can be done though. We have a friend, I don't know if she's in here, Diana. She is from Canada, did a lot of real estate deals in Canada, mostly commercial, but has since started, now she lives in Arizona, but I'm pretty sure she was building her portfolio before she ever even made the move. So it can be done. You can buy real estate from wherever you're at in the country with just a smartphone and a computer. Later, bro. She's not here today. Oh no. Okay, no worries. Sweet. Let me plug my computer in. I'm gonna dip under my desk when I come back up. I hope to see some questions in here. Nope. Okay. All right, guys. Well, if everybody's got their questions answered, we're all happy. We're all real estate experts. I think we're going to call it there. There we go. Louisa, you have a question?
Hi, Dylan. Yes, I did ask a question. Maybe kind of missed it. To pay for the total down payment, they were saying for a sub-2 deal, not more than 10%, meaning just now because they still own, well, the mortgage was 300 something. So you pay 5% and then that was 16,000 and then the broker's fee and some closing costs. But most of the time, how do you convince them that 5% is good enough for down payment? Because I've been trying to do some and it's always end up like exceed 10%.
Yeah, good question, right? So now there's a difference between subject to and seller finance, right? So a lot of people, when they see Pace's videos and they hear this thing about seller finance, you know, they start to go out and find deals. What they do is they tend to look for sale by owners. Is that something you're familiar with, Louisa?
Yeah, heard of that. Yeah, I haven't reached out to them. They said it's very tough, but it's a good practice to reach out to them.
It is. It's good practice. But when you're doing seller finance, right, especially with for sale by owners, but in just general, anybody, they have all of the equity, right? They don't own a mortgage typically. So they're going to want 10 to 20% down payments and 6% interest rate. So that's why subject to is such a better strategy. So great question, actually. Let me show you guys this. So 60, or let me see, LOI for Amherst. It might have been sent, actually. Let me do this real quick. Just want to show you guys this part of it. What I do is send them a seller net sheet, Louisa. And if you watch the video we did last week, we'll show you how to fill this out. And this just shows them why 5% is a great deal for them. So,
so basically then what we're trying to do is try to find those that doesn't have a lot of equity, basically. So the equity would have to be like maybe not more than 30,000 in order, or I mean, whatever the amount is, that's equivalent to the 10%, right?
Right, exactly. So let me show you guys something. So this is how we send our offers. And again, you'll see this in the video we did last week.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. Well, this is an old one. This isn't the actual one, but so we show them a side-by-side comparison. And this document is in our Herd of Profits Facebook group. It's this seller net sheet right here. So that's yours to have. When we identify a property with low equity, we fill this net sheet out and send it to them, right? So they were listed at 355. If we're assuming, we're making estimations, but most real estate agents have a 6% listing agreement. Could be 5, it could be 4.5, but it's usually 6. So they'll pay $21,000 to their agents, another $1,900, $3,500, $1,900 in closing costs and other fees. So after they pay their loan of 334 off, they'll lose $12,000. They'll have to cut that check at the closing
Right.
table. So it just makes so much sense. Like I said, we got into it for 16,550. We adjusted our numbers. It's like, would you rather lose 12 grand or make 16, you know?
Yeah.
So such a big difference there. If you can really show them why it's a benefit to them, and
This
show
is
them
good.
like, yeah,
this is
yeah.
helpful.
Thanks. Yeah. Watch that video last week. I think you'll
Okay.
like that one a lot more too. So
Right. Thank you.
yeah, good question. Let's see. Keon says, what management companies do you recommend? It depends, whatever state you're in. Right now we're actually trying to find a property management company in Ohio. I just Google property management companies and then call them and see which one, has the best fees, but also the best service. And then I might take recommendations from our subsuit community or the creative finance Facebook group. So just all depends what kind of service you're needing, how much fees you can afford to pay, all that good stuff. Hanoi says, what state do you prefer to buy in? So we actually market in about 25 different states, primarily because we wholesale in a lot of those states, but which ones do we prefer to keep? It would be Colorado because we live here, but if we didn't live here, I don't think it would be this state. It's going to be our cheaper Midwesternish kind of states. So Ohio, Indiana, Tennessee, really like what we're trying to scale is our Section 8 portfolio. So just those markets, Alabama with cheap properties where the rents actually make sense. Those are the states we look for. Yeah. New York City SRO pays $1,350 per room. Wow. What is SRO, Lee?
Single room occupancy.
What was the first word? Room occupancy?
Single room occupancy.
Oh, okay. So rent by the room type of situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Love it. Yeah, $1,350. Wow.
Yeah, I have a two family that each floor have 3 bedrooms each. So that is cash flowing pretty good.
I love it, man. That's good to hear. Yeah. I house hack right now, so I rent my spare rooms out, but it's only for $800. So $1,350 would be sweet.
Yeah, New York City, when you were talking about going with Section 8 also, New York City gives a lot of money, even for Section 8, 3-bedroom Section 8, New York City pays about $2,800.
Wow. Is that I'm sure that's in specific areas.
All New York.
All in New York? Okay, we might have to.
Yeah.
The scary thing about New York is their laws, right? Like
Exactly. Yeah.
So
The law, that's why I kept this house and another house. Before I had 12 properties, but I sold everything except for these 2 properties because I do it at SROs, and it's pretty much, I have 4,500 from one, and I have about another 4,200 from another, cash flowing after expenses.
I love it, Lee. You should be up here answering questions, not me, man.
So that's why I kept the 2 properties in New York City.
I love it. Are you from New York City?
I am in New York, yes.
Nice, man. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I love it. Yeah, we don't do much marketing in New York just because it's not a landlord-friendly state, which is most of the deals we sell. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's one of the properties I sold a little while ago. It took me a year and a half to get one tenant out.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah. That's why we're looking in more red states. I think everybody understands why we say red states, not because we care about politics, but because we care about landlord laws as real estate investors. So makes sense. Well, no, I appreciate that. Yeah, I haven't heard it called that, but single room occupancy, that makes sense. So
yeah.
Kevin, he says he has a property in GA if we're looking at Section 8 type. I'd love to take a look at that, Kevin. We prefer creative finance. So if there's some sort of seller finance or subject to, but if depending on the purchase price, if we can still get a an investor loan at 8.5% and it still cash flows, we're still interested. So love to take a look at that. Our tenant laws in New York by the county, not the state. They're going to be pretty statewide.
And actually, no, Dylan, it's on city.
Oh, it is it? Okay. On city, not county.
The city is very tenant friendly.
Yep.
If you go out of state, you can get somebody out in 30 to 90 days, you can kick them out. Right? But New York City is the problem that, you know, if a tenant says, oh, my landlord is evicting me, the city will say, don't worry, we'll give you a lawyer for free.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know,
That's crazy. Yeah. It just doesn't make sense.
it doesn't, you know. That's why, but most of the people are going Section 8 because Section 8 pays a lot. Now they just increased. As 1350 is like you can get if you're not if you're paying electric and gas for those, they give another 250 on top of that 1350.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's amazing. Okay. Sweet. Someone said something. Let me see. Pad split. Dennis says, do you have any experience with HUD-VASH as opposed to doing Section 8? No, I don't, Dennis. I'm not too familiar with that. Anthony says, what situation would you call for a hybrid offer? So that just if they have too much equity, right? Like if for example, they had that Pueblo deal that I just showed you guys, this deal, right? If I ran my numbers and actually showed that they have $30,000 in equity, right? I still want my offer to be higher. So I might offer them $45,000 to make my offer look more appealing, but it doesn't make sense to then put 45,000 down. So I would still only have to offer 5% right now. And then the rest they would carry, ideally at a 0% interest, amortized over 10 years. So that's the situation where you would do a hybrid, is if they have more equity. Let's see. Nice. Yeah. Okay. So the elephant challenge is tomorrow. What time is the elephant challenge?
It is from 2 to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
2 to 5. Okay. And it runs until Friday?
Yep. It is the 13th, 14th, and 15th. Now, that doesn't mean that that's not going to change. Pace loves to sometimes change things, go shorter, go longer. So be prepared for it to not be a set stone. Just saying.
Yep. He changes stuff, but we still love him. So yeah, that'll be exciting for a lot of you guys that are, you know, obviously a little bit greener to the creative finance and agent outreach stuff. Pace really breaks that down. He's got a lot of patience. Those tend to be about 4 hours long. So a lot of good value that he drops in those Zooms. So sweet. All right. All right, guys. Well, yeah, you know, I think we'll keep this one a little bit shorter today. You know, hopefully you guys got some good nuggets. Not so many questions today, or maybe is that, yeah. Okay. So yeah, we'll go ahead and call it today. Thank you guys. Eugene says, when I need transaction coordinator, can I find? Absolutely, Eugene. Yeah, post it on, if you're a sub 2 student, there's a ton of transaction coordinators that just work with subject 2 students. But if you need a good transaction coordinator, post it in that creative Facebook group. So one thing that you guys could do, if you know, we would greatly appreciate it if you guys could come into the creative real estate page with Pace Morby. If you guys are excited for the elephant challenge that's going to go on tomorrow, there are tons of people in here. There's 116,000 members in this group. I'm sure a lot of them are in your guys' situation where they're a little bit overwhelmed by real estate and creative finance, and they're looking to be a part of our team. So if you guys don't mind, if you could come in here and just shout our team out, like I was on the Herd of Profits Zoom today, learned a lot of good stuff. Shout out to Angie, Dom, and the rest of the team, just so that way people know, you know, we have some good referrals from people. So we'd really encourage it. We'd love if you guys could shout us out. That's the best way. That's the only return we want for the Zooms we host. If you guys could just shout us out, that's the best way for us to continue to grow and continue to do these. So thank you guys. We will see you on Friday. So I don't know if we'll do Friday. If Pace is doing the Zoom on Friday, we won't run ours. We don't want to try to compete with Big Daddy Pace. But if he's not doing it, we'll keep you posted. We'll do a Zoom on Friday. If not, keep an eye out for our Zoom next Tuesday at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific, and we will see you there. Thank you guys for showing up. Look forward to seeing you guys on the Elephant Challenge tomorrow. Peace. See you guys.